Hi, I'm Dan from House of Hoot, and today's video is all about this little beautiful little Russian lens guy, the Helios 44-2. Might be a different model number you might have been looking at, but they're all pretty similar. You might be on the fence about it, you might not be sure if a vintage Russian lens is for you. Well, I'm here to give you five reasons why it absolutely is. So let's do that right now. Okay, so number one, the best reason to get this is absolutely because it is dirt cheap. This one set me back about £25 on eBay, and that's nothing. That's chump change when it comes to buying a lens. You will need to buy a little converter which looks something like this, and it's an M42 lens, which means that it's kind of an old-fashioned connector, an old-fashioned mount. So you'll want to connect that to a Canon, a Sony, something like that. You're gonna have to change the lens mount, so get a lens mount. I've seen some as cheap as £6. That Canon one that I've got is £6, but this one was a bit more expensive for the Sony, but it's a bit more robust, so you are gonna have to spend a little bit of money to get it to actually work. But if you add those two things together, you're looking in the price range of about £35 for it. It's a 58mm 2.0 f-stop. It goes all the way down. It's a beautiful little prime lens. You're looking at over 100 just for a normal prime lens. So the second amazing reason to get this is the swirly bokeh. If you know what bokeh is, it's a depth of field. It's this behind me. See those plants there? Of course you don't, because I'm using a nice depth of field at the moment to give that bokeh effect. Now what you'll get with this is a swirly, strange, just like creamy sort of everything merging into one sort of bokeh. It's a quirk that a lot of modern day lenses just don't have. It's down to a lens imperfection, and it means that the lens is kind of a little bit broken, but it gives you this awesome little effect. And it's something that'll set your stuff out from, whether it's video or photo, it'll set your stuff out from the rest, because it's going to look so cool and creamy and nice and round. It's going to look round. It looks particularly great if it's sort of dusk, evening time, and you're sort of in a place where there's a lot of lights. Yeah, you'll get the lights will sort of turn into like a creamy sort of swirl of beautiful orbiness. Get it, it's nice, I promise you. The third reason is, in all honesty, it's sharp as fudge. It's really sharp. You get into the middle of it, around the edges it's a little bit but once you get into the middle, it's really sharp. If you get a good version of it, and always check that you're getting a good version of it, check for no fungus, check for no imperfections, broken bits, chips on the lens, all that kind of stuff. But that's what you'd be looking for to not get on modern day lenses. So keep an eye out for that stuff. But yeah, if you get a good example of it, it's going to be sharp. It's going to be, at this price point, you can't get a sharper lens than this, I don't think. I might be wrong about that, but I'd be willing to put it up there. I'd even say it's as sharp as some of the Nifty 50, the Canon Nifty 50, and all the cheaper prime lenses. It's pretty sharp. Number 4, it's fun. It's really fun. Now, that's because it's this old, weird, modern lens. If you're brand new to lenses, if you're brand new to cameras even, then you might not have used a manual lens before, and spoiler alert, everything on this is manual. Your aperture's right at the front there, your focus is there, your camera's not going to help you here, and that's probably not right for some people. But for having fun and doing some cool stuff with this cool little new thing, you're going to get some awesome results, and it's going to take you a long time. It's going to slow you down, let's just be honest with that. Your focus is going to be all over the place when you first start using it, but the more you start using it, the more you get used to it. It becomes like there's a lot of satisfaction in getting something good out of this lens, because it looks so good and it feels so good and it feels like you've achieved something. Little tip though, if you've got focus peaking on your camera, use it because it's really useful. It's also a fixed focal length, which means that, I mean, it's a trope in photography that if you've got a fixed focal length, you have to be better. You have to set up your shots better. You have to compose stuff better. And that's absolutely true of this, because if you stick this onto an aps-c sensor, you're going to find that it turns into roughly the equivalent of 87mm, which is far, like very far. And 5, last but not least, it's radioactive. Probably isn't radioactive. I mean, it doesn't feel radioactive. I'm not growing anything extra, so it turns out it's probably a Ukrainian urban legend. Let me read this. I'll pop this on the screen for you right now as well. A Miska Lehenda. It's probably not the right pronunciation. Basically, the factory that this comes from is in the Ukraine, so naturally, because the Ukraine is only Chernobyl, according to some people, that means that radiation all over the place. But I probably don't believe that, and I've been using it happily. Nothing's happened to me, but if you want to take a chance on growing an extra limb, maybe turning green, getting some superpowers, then 5, perfect for you. Superpowers for £25 is a no-brainer. You want to definitely do that. That's definitely what you want. Right, I think that might have been 5. Is that 5? Have I done 5? Yeah, I've done 5. So hit that like button if I've really helped you go in the direction of buying this lens, because you really should buy it. It's a nice lens to have. It's dirt cheap and you can do a lot with it. So definitely get your hands on one. If I haven't convinced you, then maybe I can convince you to do something else. Maybe I can help you in a different way. Subscribe, go back through the back catalogue. I've got loads of sort of tweaky, teaching you how to use camera, content creation-y stuff, videos you might be interested in. And a little secret that nobody ever tells you about, nobody ever mentions this on YouTube. If you hit that subscribe button, hit the little bell, you'll get a notification every single time that I post, which is very, very infrequent, so it won't impose on you in any way, shape or form. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to come back next time and go and make some better stuff, because yeah, bye.